Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Love Wins Live Forum. It's November 28th. It's it's actually less than a month before Christmas. Miss Sharon, how is your preparations for Christmas going?
Good morning, Rona. Oh, that's so true, no? Tapos na ang taon. We
Yes.
have, yeah, I think we have 5 weeks left out of this year. Matatapos na ang 2020. And ang Christmas preps, how is it going? Walang going. Hindi pa nag-going on. Maybe after this weekend kasi medyo full and packed ang weekend ng inspirations at ng themes
Yes,
and
it is.
motifs. So it's
Yes, and
really
speaking of why it's super full today, thank you for joining us this morning, of course, for another episode of Love Wins Live Forum. But we hope to see you also this afternoon, because we're gonna have the exhibitors live for our 11/11 Grand Year-End Online Bridal Sale. Miss Sharon, alam ko ikaw to eh. Ikaw nakasalang the whole day.
Oo, ako yan. It's a month-long online bridal fair. So we have already hit yung ating second week. So halfway na tayo sa bridal fair. And I think this is about the right time that our soon-to-weds would get to put a face to the names of the suppliers that they have been chatting with, nila. So we have this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon, beginning 2 o'clock, live po. It's called Exhibitors Live, where you can meet and greet the exhibitors virtually.
Right.
So they will be introducing themselves, talking about their promos, but at the same time, meron tayong mga raffle na mangyayari for the next 2 days, from 2 to 6 p.m. Rona. And up for grabs would be, I think there are 3 prenup photo shoots from different photographers, plus 2 free prenup venue, at a whole lot more. So marami, meron tayong every hour. So this is like 3 hours, no? Every hour we have raffle prizes for those who will be viewing. So ang tawag natin sa ating is hashtag raffle. They would have to watch and comment. Okay? So ano i-comment nila? It's the hashtag that we will be announcing every hour.
Oh, okay.
So they have to comment it below, no? Comment sila, and then it will be chosen. We will be choosing it. That's no lumabas yung pagka-Ilongga. We will be choosing it electronically.
Okay.
So, and then we will be announcing it.
So this is this is going live again, of course, here in the same channels on the Facebook page of Themes and Motifs. And we're also going to share this, of course, on Inspirations.ph. So when they comment, they're commenting on the Facebook page, right?
Yes, it has to be the Facebook. Hindi sa YouTube.
Yes.
Although like this show, we will be also streaming live in YouTube. Pero sa Facebook, that's where you will comment. So, ang galing, nakakatuwa, biro mo, three photographers, they will be raffling off prenup photo shoots.
Right. Is one of them is am I right? Is it the Silver Moon?
Hindi pa.
Iba pa yun.
Silver Moon, iba pa yun. Si Silver Moon,
for the registration of the 11/11, right?
Si Silver Moon, it's going to be at the closing ceremony, yung ating grand draw.
Yes.
And they will have ibang klase itong prenup photo shoot na to, Rona, di ba? Nauso ang K-fashion, K-drama, K-food, di ba? And whatever. So isa na to sa idadagdag mo sa iyong list of K must-haves.
Yes, that's actually what I was going to say, that I'm one of those people that fell into the hole of K-drama when the pandemic hit. I haven't recovered. I still live in South Korea. So if that's you, I really highly encourage you to register. to join at least the 11/11 one, the 11/11
Mhm.
raffle for the whole bridal fair, you don't even have to book. This is just you just have to register.
Just
But
register, oo. Even
the
for this
one
afternoon, Rona, kailangan din mag-register.
right,
Dapat registered bride and groom sila. So all they have to do is just to go to Themes and Motifs, www.themesandmotifs.com, and register. Kasi yung comment na mapipick out natin, we will also counter-check that with the registration list na soon to weds natin. Kasi
yeah,
syempre, wedding items ang ira-raffle off. Ano naman ang gagawin mo sa wedding item kung hindi ka ikakasal,
right,
di ba? Oo. Ngayon, yung kay Silver Moon, that's something to look forward to because if you really like to have your Korean inspired, and
yes,
five concepts to Rona, and we've seen that, no, how they do the photo shoots. So
yes,
this comes complete with a package. You will have your creative director on the set, and they have a five concept photo shoot. Yan ang atin namang idodraw on December
12,
12 at 8
yes.
o'clock in the evening as we close our 11/11 year-end bridal sale yon. But for
So
this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon, iba pa yon. May tatlong prenup photo shoots pa up for grabs. Dalawang venue, free prenup photo shoot venue. At marami pang ano, may mga makeup kits, makeup sets, uh, uh, formal mask na customized mask so, for the bride and the groom. So maraming i-raffle off beginning 2 o'clock to 6 p.m. tonight and also tomorrow. So I hope to see you there, lahat ng mga soon to weds. And comment and malay nyo, ma-pick out ang comment ninyo at manalo kayo ng mga prizes natin mamayang hapon.
yes. So before we call on our guests this morning, I will give you a tip. No, since dalawa naman kayong dalawa kayo, 'di ba? Couple kayo, 2 hanggang 6. Pwede kayong mag-shifting ng commenting. 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock si bride, 'di ba? And then 4 and 5 and 6 baka pwede naman si groom. So, alam niyo yan, the more entries, the more chances of winning. Since every
Yes,
hour may ibibigay na prize. Trabahuhin niyo
prizes.
na.
Oo, prizes ha, hindi lang isa per hour. I think we have
Yes.
about mga at least three prizes per hour.
Ayan. So, exciting yan. And I really think you guys can strategize in order to enjoy the raffle. And as I said, the more entries, the more chances of winning.
That's
Miss
right.
Miss Sharon, did you, this Teddy Manuel is already saying hello to us on our comments as if he's not backstage. I'm so happy to have, of course, GMT Philippines with us here this morning. And GMT
That's
Philippines
right.
stands for Gideon Hermosa, of course, Michael Ruiz, and Teddy Manuel. Personally, I'm excited because these are heavyweights. Okay, I'm gonna say that in the wedding industry, and of course when it comes to styling, ito po yung mga nakikita natin sa Instagram na alam mo yun, tululaway worthy when I see when I see the setups they create for weddings. And today they're going to be sharing their fearless forecast for 2021 because as we can see,
Diba?
weddings are happening. They are, people are getting married. And I love the fact that they are not compromising on, the whole look and feel of their wedding. Na it's their special day. I'm going to have it set up. I'm going to beautify this space that I have, and I'm going to celebrate. So, Teddy Manuel, Michael Ruiz, and Gideon Hermosa, of course, are our official event stylists, right? Tama, Miss Sharon?
Yes, oo. So, if you are looking forward dun sa yung para raffle off ni Silver Moon Philippines, I'm saying Silver Moon Philippines, Rona, because they're big in South Korea. They're actually the biggest and yung top wedding photo studio in South Korea. And they've set up shop here in the Philippines. So aside from yon na pinapangarap ninyo, alam nyo ba can also win a bridal bouquet that is designed and created by GMT Philippines. So isa sila will have a bouquet that they will personally design and create para sa winning bride natin. So we will be also raffling that off. Basta alam mo naman pag sinabi mong GMT, no, parang ano talaga yan, nasa wish list ng every bride.
Of
So
course.
dream come true to have a bouquet to walk down the aisle with a bouquet designed and created by GMT.
All
So
right.
one of the things that you have to look that you can look forward to. That's why register. Kasi that's the only way you can win. Register for the 11/11 online bridal fair.
Yes. Okay. So, without further ado, before pala we call them in, why don't we watch this video, of course, of GMT Philippines. Welcome to Love Wins Live Forum, of course, GMT Philippines, Gideon Hermosa, Michael Ruiz, and Teddy Manuel. Good morning.
Hello, good
Morning, everyone.
Good morning, Sharon. Good morning.
Good morning.
Anna. Good morning, Mikey and Gids.
Good morning.
Morning,
Good morning from
Good morning.
Dubai. Feeling ko nasa Dubai ako ngayon.
Correct.
Iba ang location namin ngayon. We're not in our houses. We're on a different locations kasi we have our own mga setups for today.
Yes, sasabihin ko nga sana, Ted.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Sasabihin ko nga, di ba ang fresh nila, but hindi na yung mga viewers natin, di ba? Hindi nila alam ang backstory. Ang backstory is on the go itong mga guests natin ngayong umaga, di ba? As kanina si Michael nagpe-prepare sa loob ng sasakyan kasi he is
nag-makeup pa
actually may makeup siya. He is actually doing a setup. Si Teddy maaga pang ikaw Teddy natural, no? You woke up that way.
Oo naman, every guest.
Oo naman, idol namin yan si Teddy eh.
Oo.
Si Teddy nag-fresh siya, nag-deliver ng mga pang-setup, okay? And si Gideon also is out of his workplace kasi meron din siyang setup.
Nasa event din si Gids.
Nasa event.
Yeah.
So we're very fortunate to have all three of them together virtually kasi mahirap po talaga silang hagilapin, but they took time out this morning.
Hindi naman.
Pero I would just
Madam
have
Sharon.
yes. Michael.
Naramdaman ko yung haba ng segue kanina. Ganun ba ka-late si Teddy Manuel pumasok sa backstage?
Hindi on time. Sorry, on time ako.
On time ba? Okay.
Naghanap lang ako ng magandang signal. Parang si Gids, nag-freeze na si Gids. Gids, parang nag-freeze ka, refresh ka lang.
Yes.
Start ka lang, Gids. Alam mo naman na ang basic troubleshooting sa buhay natin.
Yes.
Restart.
Natin yun.
Yes. O diba, expert tayo dyan.
I would have to say, napakaganda ng inyong video, yung GMT. Kasi, you are three unique individuals, but three different brands. And you have three different creative styles, no? But collectively, you're known as GMT Philippines. So, yun yung introduction.
Thank you.
Yun yung introduction video ninyo. And that was conceptualized by and directed by Omar, yung creative direction. No? Si Omar Palero and si Kim Torres, napaka-talented na babae. Yung last week, kasama namin siya. And it
Correct.
was documented.
And si Sir Gerard, you.
yung napakagandang video na yon, si Sherard Yu of Wishing Well. So,
Yeah, that's right.
um, congratulations
Actually,
on the
Miss Sharon,
video, di
that
ba?
was taken parang
Thank you.
few weeks before the pandemic.
Yeah, I think that
So,
was like first week of March. We
wow.
were in
And
Dubai
that,
for an
Mm.
international summit.
yes. Ito ba, Teddy, yung nagsalita ka sa
Bago
Dubai?
mag-lockdown.
Yeah, kami dalawa ni Gideon representing
Yes.
Philippines.
Oh, yan. So,
Philippines.
it is really such an honor. Nakasama kayo kasi mga award-winning stylists talaga. Hindi lang sila most sought after. But these are international event stylists. Si Gideon, I think, is just having problems with internet
Connections. Yeah.
connection. Pero fresh yan siya, no? I think last month, he's the only Filipino, the only Asian who was
Yes,
invited to Turkey
that's right.
for a
Yeah.
fam
Just
tour.
recently.
Oo,
Yeah.
recently, yung Locke's wedding tour nila. But we'll have
That's
siguro
right.
later, when he's back on board, siya naman magkwento sa atin, di ba, ng kanyang experience. Ayan.
Yes.
Ayan.
Ayan.
Oh, Kim
Nabuhay
Torres
na si
hello kamahalan. O, diba?
buhay na siya. Okay, umpisahan na natin ang
Ayan na. Sige,
Yes.
go.
ba si ano?
Uh,
Kaibigan niyo ba to si Danes? Good morning daw, GMT.
Hi, Danes. Good morning.
good morning to all of you who's tuned in. Gideon is just connecting. He's here with us.
Yes.
So,
If you have questions for the
Welcome back,
GMT, they're
Sir
here.
Gibbs.
Hi
Oo.
everyone, sorry. Mahina yung connection sa loob, yeah. So I need to go inside my car.
Yan nakita
okay
nyo,
connection.
very mobile. Pero sanay na po silang ganyan. Mobile all the time.
oo.
Hindi lang dito.
I
Pag
think
walang
that's better,
pandemic,
Gibbs, no?
Ah?
siguro pag walang pandemic, si Michael nag-ano sa atin, nagla-live from 30,000 feet up in the air. No, Michael?
Malamang.
Welcome back, Gibbs.
Yes. Our question this morning, the burning question, kasi we entitled this 2021 Fearless Forecast, diba? And as we said nga,
Fearless
weddings are
forecast. Yeah.
happening. And I know there are so many couples who are planning their wedding. And ngayon, I think what we're seeing is months na lang, di ba? Before, 1.5 years, 1 year before they get married. But ngayon, parang the preparation is getting shorter, but the styling is not getting leaner. In fact, they're still, they're still enjoying the beautiful arrangement that you're making. So, the question is, kung one word lang, ay, napaka-ano ko, parang ang boy abunda ng style ko. In one word, what would you say or how would you describe the coming event styling wedding trend? Ayan.
2021.
Yeah.
In one word.
Habang yun,
Oo.
yan.
One.
Ito ba, Michael, ang
Sino
mauna?
mauuna? According to age ba?
Hindi,
According
according
to
to
beauty.
beauty.
Ayun! Sorry. Kasi friends ko ni Teddy eh.
According to beauty.
Ano
Di
daw?
ikaw na yan.
Oo,
According to
lahat.
beauty, according to beauty raw, si Teddy na.
Okay.
Parang for me, I think it's adventurous. 2021 is like adventurous for wedding industry.
In general. Even for event styling.
Yeah.
Because we're figuring out new ways to do the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're trying to everyone is trying to reset, and then some of our mga colleagues are people to other industries and then now starting to go back again. So there will be new ways and new means of executing an event suitable for in our situation right now. And I think ayun na, parang there will be a new parang rebirth of everyone. So there will be new adventurous and much challenging approach on how you're gonna handle the wedding today for next year. I mean.
Tama.
Good answer. Thank you for that lovely answer. Beauty
Item.
number
Oh,
2.
Teddy, I like the word reverse.
Yes. Parang
Ang
reincarnated
sosyal.
tayo lahat eh. Parang we're all back to, parang all back to
Oo.
zero. Diba? Parang this is the best time to
Teddy, parang may
reinvent
hangover ka
yourself.
pa sa termage mo, no? Kasi
Yeah,
ginagamit
thanks
mo
to
yung word na
Avignon.
reverse. Oo, yun. Hangover yan ng
Ikaw,
termage
Mike.
niya, kaya meron siyang reverse feel. Yeah.
Oh,
Ako
rejuvenate.
naman, it's my turn na ba?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Ikaw, Michael.
Okay. For me, 2021 will be exciting. Exciting in the sense na, di ba, the whole 2020, parang we were deprived eh. We wanted to do this, lalo yung mga couple na na-postpone yung wedding. So basically, yung ganong deprivement, you wanted to all out eh by 2021. So feeling ko ganon, it will be exciting for all of us. Lahat tayo excited magtrabaho, excited gumastos, ganon. Excited magpakasal, syempre. That's it.
Oh.
Ikaw naman, Gideon.
Okay, sorry. Na-confuse ako sa question. Kasi ang narinig ko question, in one word, paano we describe weddings ng 2021? Tama ba? Or
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Or the trend na nakikita nyo. What's it going to be like in 2021?
na trend? Confused kasi ako, sorry. I think for me, weddings nowadays will be more personal. Like,
Personal.
personal in terms of like inviting guests, personal in terms of like putting details in every occasion, personal in terms of like planning everything. Kumbaga, mas nakafocus everyone kung ano yung mas importante. Nakafocus everyone kung ano yung mas um, for example, for sa guests, of course, shortlist nila into a smaller number of guests, di ba? So, kumbaga, mas pipiliin nila kung sino yung mas personal na importante sa kanila in a way. At the same time, when we put like details and this dun sa design natin, it's all parang we focus more on like personalized things. So I think that's the word for me, personal.
So it's adventurous, it's exciting, and it's personal. Yun yung nakikita nyo, ang pag-evolve natin as we move into 2021. Ay grabe, alam nyo, as you guys were talking, naisip ko, di ba, Teddy, remember, parang kailan lang na it's all up in the air at nagkukwentuhan tayo ng paano natin gagawin posibleng
Mhm.
magtrabaho in a pandemic, no? That was way back, what, May?
Ang daming hesitation before, ang daming
Oh,
reservations. But now, I'm so happy that we're slowly, going back on our feet. Small weddings, intimate weddings, and then eventually by next year, mas optimistic tayo na, alam mo yun, baka we can get more number of guests to celebrate with our couple or with our celebrants. So we're just hoping and praying. Parang yung mga predictions naman natin, Sharon, Rona, way back then during quarantine, parang nangyayari naman eh. Medyo, alam mo yan, so parang it opens up all the
Mhm.
opportunities na ngayon for our industries na makabalik tayo dito. So I think that's
Correct.
good news.
I have been, of course, I've been following your work, no? All of you guys. And I've noticed, back in June and July, very conservative and very simple lang. I mean, they will hire you para ayusan,
Mhm.
para it will look like a wedding. Diba? But now I am beginning to
Mhm.
see a lot of, they're becoming braver also with the
Grand.
designs that, yeah,
Yeah.
oo, diba? Nakikita ko na bumabalik na ang ceiling treatments. Dati kasi ano lang
Correct.
eh, there you go, the ceiling treatments, di ba? And this is an intimate wedding already, no? Tama ba?
Yes.
Yes.
This
So,
is below around 30, 20, 30.
And this is in the home of the groom, tama ba? Or parang beside his gym or something
Yes.
like that.
Yeah. At their
So you
garden.
so you had to the task was to transform that area.
Correct.
Tama ba?
So we book a tent. Yeah. That's actually a 40 by 40 feet truss na we covered it with parang, yun nga, tent type. Tapos we put an aircon, we install a flooring, and then that's it. Yung the usual wedding that we do, the only difference is we only have around 30 guests. But basically, yung work, yung ingress, it's overnight. The suppliers are all complete. Kompleto eh. So, when we were doing this, hindi ko nararamdamang nasa pandemic ako or intimate yung wedding kasi it's the same kind of
Mhm.
work and stress that we do during regular days.
Right. And I guess we thought in the beginning, no, that the pandemic would affect even the styling, but it looks like couples are still, now we're finding out that okay, there are safe ways for us to go about
Mm-hmm.
dress, to go about installation, to go
Mm-hmm.
about dress, which
Correct.
means we can still do. So yung the things on your Pinterest board, brides and grooms, we can still do it. GMT Philippines can still do it. And
Actually,
for me, sorry, go ahead, Michael.
yeah, basically, pag ito mga upcoming weddings, no, when client inquires at sinasabi nilang intimate wedding sila, we ask them, how do you define intimate? Kasi it could be intimate with the number of guests, 20, 30, pero yung workmanship, yung scope ng event styling, may ceiling pa rin, may flooring and everything. So basically, with the design, there's no such thing as intimate eh. Parang all out pa rin talaga. It's just the number of guests, feeling ko. In
Right.
fact, ha, in fact, kung sakaling ang mga hotels are allowed to have weddings, kahit 10 packs lang yan or 20 packs, they will still book the ballroom for their wedding. So, ganon. That's how I see it.
This one is of course by Gideon. This one that we're showing right now, where
Yes.
it's floor to ceiling of flowers. Tama ba?
Yes. Oh, actually, this wedding was um we had this wedding for 22 guests in their house in Alabang. So the challenge was to transform the place into a secret garden themed wedding. Pero at
Mhm.
the same time, they will feel na dapat nasa background ka. So parang the idea was to cover like flowers, all fresh flowers from floor to ceiling. Tawag dito. And um I mean, yung major areas nung house. Pero kumbaga, ang ginawa namin dito, we still, pinakita ko pa rin yung hagdan, pinakita ko pa rin yung windows, but we put up mga crawling leaves, vines, and flowers para magmukhang natural yung dating. And ma-feel pa rin nila na nasa
Ang
house sila.
ganda. Ang
Mm.
ganda.
Right.
Actually, ang ganda ng dating niya kasi parang house siya na tinubuan ng nagkaroon ng blooms and foliage, no?
Correct.
Was
Yeah.
that the effect? Was that the effect you were aiming to achieve,
Yes,
Gideon?
yes. So parang kumbaga, bahay na siya and then tinubuan ng spring flowers. Parang ganun.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Ganda siya.
So what I think no, what's happening also with weddings is that because um it's smaller and you can't go out, no? We cannot travel kasi, di ba, nauso yung destination wedding. Let's say, I'll get married
Mhm.
in Tuscany. I'll get married in Provence. And now that's kind
Mhm.
of not happening. So what we're gonna do is, why don't we do Provence in my mother's house? Okay? You
Correct.
can't go out. Let's do Tuscany here. Magpa-sunflowers po tayo ng sandamukal
That's
so
right.
that we would be able to, even if I can't do that now, I would still be able to bring my guests, bring them there and give them that experience. And I think what I love about the styling that's going on is it really lifts your mood. Diba? Parang there's so
Yeah.
many
Mhm.
things kasi na parang nakaka-imbier na. But, right? But with like these flowers, with this setup, parang even if I can't have my, 150 closest family and friends, I'm still in such a great celebratory mood because of the event styling and the wedding styling that the likes of GMT is able to give. That's what I think.
Yeah. I was going to point that out, na na-mention mo yan. Kasi, malaking that's, Michael Ruiz in action. Malaking bagay ba ang event styling? I mean, has it helped, how does it, yung overall feel ng wedding when you do event styling?
Well,
And
actually,
Uh,
for me, it really sets the mood eh. If you want to achieve a certain mood or a certain vibe or feel sa wedding mo, you really have to get an event style.
I
And of
think
course,
GMT,
oh yeah, Ted, go.
sorry, I think GMT are known for transformations. So especially nowadays nga, sometimes we do intimate wedding in their houses, in their garden. So the more the nakailangan nila ng event stylist to do the transformations, like you mentioned, Rana, to set the theme or to set the ambience. So you really need an event stylist. So parang whether it's just 10 people or 6 people or even in your dining area, you will still need an stylist or even a florist lang just to spruce up your venue. Kasi
Correct.
of course, ayun nga, that's why nagkaroon din ng niche yung mga stylists and florists during this pandemic because naging essential siya.
During the
Diba?
pandemic,
Even a
no?
basic bridal bouquet will do or a little centerpiece on the dining table
Yeah.
will do. But of course, for GMT, we love transforming the venue and creating an ambience and atmosphere na para
Mm-hmm.
naman ma-uplift naman din yung yung spirit, no, to
Spirit.
make it
yeah.
very celebratory and happy mode, parang ganyan.
I was going to say that
Correct.
I mean, I think, 'di ba, with the beautiful setup, kung 3 hours or 2 hours yung wedding, for that period in time, 'di ba, medyo nag-pause yung pandemic. All you can see is yung beauty of
Exactly.
your wedding.
Mhm.
Correct.
And you guys
Yeah.
are instrumental. And syempre
Mm-hmm.
ako, isisingit ko na naman ang aking personal experience, because we had a milestone celebration during this pandemic. My only child graduated from the university, and the university waited until October kasi baka pwede nang magkaroon ng graduation rites.
Mhm.
But as it turned out, nandito pa rin ang pandemic, so hindi pa rin pwede yung mass gathering. They cannot get the students. So, like all other graduations, they finally decided to do it virtually. Di ba? Ang tagal-tagal na hinintay because supposedly
Mm.
last May pa yun eh. Um, and I asked the help of Teddy, and it was just a blank wall in my house. But when you see the photo, it looked like the stage, diba? And it's very jolly looking, no? Very celebratory yung mood in the house. And when I was posting it in my Instagram feed, some of my co-parents, nakwento ko to kay Teddy, and natuwa ko that day, naiyak ako kasi some went for a quick drive-by. Talagang pumasok lang sila, nagpa-picture with their child as well, na nag-graduate. Kasi 'di ba, iba yung nasa TV ka lang eh, pinanonood mo. So there's no stage, there's no and it served as a stage for the day ng graduation. And some of our friends drove
Correct.
by and just took pictures, no? And ang laking bagay, having that wall style. No? And for a while, parang talagang nasa graduation kami. Yun lang yung aking, well, that was how I felt when I had our little celebration. And, and there was just what, 5 of us in the house, diba? So, but the feeling of graduating nandoon, because I also felt na, that will never happen again eh. So, might as well do something that will mark the occasion.
Right.
This one is an entryway, correct? So is it going to the aisle or is this the entryway to a reception?
Ay, Rana, sorry. I
Oh,
didn't get that.
sorry, can you hear? Is
And
this the entrance to
photo,
the reception or is this going down the aisle? This photo that we have.
So, Rana, parang I didn't hear it clearly, pero
yeah.
that was a restaurant. And then kasi right now, because the couple wants the ceremony at the same time the reception in one venue. Because nga parang to avoid yung travel and for safety and for health preference nila. So what we did, we transformed the restaurant into a ceremony area. So it's still possible, so for some of our bride, parang they cannot go to the church or they cannot go to the ceremony area. So we can create some, even in a restaurant, transform that into a nice ceremony area. So when you walk down the aisle and you open that gate at the back, you will feel na, oh my God, I'm a bride. It's a very,
Yeah.
so wide with all the flowers. So hindi ka na deprive na pandemic wedding ako. So we give that to them, especially to our bride, na parang you have that moment, you have that nice photo walking down the aisle with a nice aisle arrangement and flowers while your parents are waiting, and of course your groom at the other end is waiting. So same essentials, the aisle, the flowers, the bouquet, and of course yung moment kasi hindi na natin mauulit yon yung when you walk down the
Right.
aisle. So we have to give
Yes,
it to our
yes.
bride and groom. So with a beautiful setup. So even it's a
Yeah.
restaurant, you can still have a nice wedding.
Eddie, tatanungin ko lang ulit. I know you've mentioned it already a couple of times as you were speaking. But tama ba? This was inside a restaurant. An
Yes.
ordinary regular restaurant
Yes.
where you would
So
go dine in dati, di ba?
that's right. So if you notice, pag meron nag-wide angle dyan, may mga guest table na sa side yan. So as an event stylist, of course, you have to come up with a nice framing, how you gonna conceal. If you notice, merong mga cut-out woodworks doon sa sides because number one, for social distancing, and number two, para medyo makonceal ko yung mga tables along the aisle so that when she walks down the aisle, merong perfect shot na framing na as if hindi siya nasa restaurant. So I think that's the main task nowadays of the event stylist is how to recreate that look and ambience, no, na parang hindi masyadong cluttered or hindi siya mukhang nasa restaurant kinasal yung bride and groom natin. So we're trying to help them to create that look. Pero pag nag-wide angle pa yan, makikita mo na yung table sa left and right.
Na
Yes.
restaurant talaga siya. Okay.
Restaurant
Yeah, for
talaga
those
siya.
that have tuned in, this setup that you're seeing, that big photo on your screens, this is a pandemic wedding. Kasi actually, if hindi mo ikukwento ng restaurant at pandemic wedding yan, and you just post the photo, it looks
Yes.
like it looks like a pre-pandemic wedding setup.
Mm-hmm.
So na-achieve na yon.
Yes.
Do you have
So
do you have cases like that, Gideon, as well? Very simple yung venue, but
Yeah,
nag-transform siya.
yeah, actually, alam nyo, sa totoo lang ngayon, well, in a way, ang kagandahan lang of having like intimate weddings, yung mga frustrations namin before when we design venues na hindi namin kayang gawin for a bigger scale because they have like 500 guests before, now nasa mga 30, 40, ganyan lang, or to even 20, nagagawa namin. So, parang kumbaga, in a way, like ako, very positive ako na tipong, since may mga themes and designs na gusto ko siya talagang gawin before. Kaya lang, ang problema, merong 500 ng guests. Hindi ko siya magagawa ng tipong midnight lang ingress. But now that we have like the time and we have the space at the same time also, parang kumbaga, may chance kami na i-execute
May
kung ano yung
freedom.
parang mga
Correct.
Yung ano yung mga gusto naming ma-execute before na hindi namin magawa with a bigger number of guests.
Sir Gids, siguro malaking factor din, no, that since we're doing this at home, yung lesser restrictions, kasi di ba kapag sa hotel, ang daming bawal to, bawal yan, alam nyo na, di ba, tayo mga event stylist, as much as possible, if we can move the wall, we can move the staircase, dalhin natin tong area na to doon, so we'll do everything. So sa bahay, you have the freedom, you have the liberty, plus the couple will allow you to do everything that you want. So feeling ko yun yung gustong sabihin ni Gids na lahat pwede niya gawin.
Right.
Yeah,
Do you Do you see this trend continuing on until next year? The intimate, because sabi nila may vaccine. Well, may vaccines na
Mm-hmm.
nakikita tayo na, and they said they will start rolling out soon. So they're looking at the first part of the
Mm-hmm.
year hanggang tuloy-tuloy middle of next year. But do you see this trend
Mm-hmm.
continuing on until middle or
Mm-hmm.
until the latter part of 2021? Will couples choose to go intimate in terms of the guest list, and have the wonderful
Mm-hmm.
setup? Is this something na medyo magkakaroon ng magiging permanent sa wedding scenario natin?
Well, for me, hindi
Well,
siya permanent,
who wants? Oh,
permanent.
sige.
Like siguro, oo, like siguro, for the first quarter of next year, probably medyo yung sitwasyon natin, nasa sa ganitong phase pa. But unti-unti magde-develop yan into like, probably inviting bigger crowds and ganyan. Kasi sa totoo lang
Correct.
ngayon, even if you ask other people, kahit may vaccine, yung iba takot na rin magpa-vaccine eh. Kahit sabihin na natin na vaccine yung solution sa problema natin ngayon. Eh. Yung iba parang kumbaga medyo um, hesitant pa rin magpa-vaccine kung naandyan na kasi nga hindi rin nila sigurado kung ano yung um, magiging side effect sa kanila. No?
Outcome.
So, alam mo yun, probably not as big and grand as like before, but unti-unti, I'm sure ma-achieve natin yan towards by end of next year.
Parang
Ikaw,
kami,
Michael, you were about to say
Michael, go.
something.
Go
For me
ahead.
naman, no? Yeah. Sige. For me, of course, speaking of trend, no? Big question, who sets the trend? Number two, who follows? Kasi, okay, since itong mga couple natin, pandemic couple, no, na tawag dito, who tried to do their wedding pa rin in the middle of the pandemic, I can say they're the one who set the trends. So, basically, ito pong mga couple na to, hindi naman talaga sila intimate wedding. Nagpapanggap lang silang intimate because that's the government mandate. It's a restriction. Pero honestly ha, itong December weddings namin, parang I don't have a guest na less than 50. Most of the guests are 50 and up. So, I'm talking of both Manila and destination weddings. So basically, sabi nga, I think I read this sa post ni Cherise the other day, parang nakalagay doon, love is immune. So we
Mhm.
cannot really stop love. We cannot really stop wedding. Time to time talaga, couple will be have that level of pasaway to really go beyond. Kasi celebration, wedding as a whole talaga, it's really a big gathering. So, going back, no, yung mga inquiries namin ngayon for 2021, hindi sila intimate eh. They're actually eyeing for ballrooms like hotels, Marriott, ganyan. So parang they are planning as if at the back of their mind, there is no longer pandemic. Pero, of course, aware sila na just in case na meron pa rin restrictions, this is what we gonna do. So, ang importante lang siguro for 2021, prepared ka. Whether it's a pandemic or it's no longer pandemic, small or big weddings, prepared pa rin tayo. At the end of the day, hindi naman affected ng styling eh. People wanted beautiful weddings pa rin. Yun.
And in line with that, kasi, you know what, as an event stylist kasi, we work on a dimension or in an area. Ito nga lagi ko ini-educate yung mga couple namin. Whether you're having a 10 tables, you're having a 2 tables, pero pag nasa ballroom
Mm-hmm.
ka, yung dimension ng hotel,
It's
dimension
not,
ng
it's not
restaurant
about the
will always be
tables.
the same. So, yeah,
The
yung
same.
tables lang yung nag-vary. So, whether for me, as an event, siguro in a way, medyo swerte ang mga stylists because we have a fixed area to dress on or to dress up. So, hindi siya yung katulad
Correct.
ng mga caterer that depends on per head. Kami kasi nasa dimension kami. So whether you're having a
Mm-hmm.
smaller wedding or a bigger wedding, when you're talking about ballroom, so that's very important to us. Ballroom 1, 2 ballrooms. So that's the scale of our work. So I think
Correct.
yun lang. Sa guest table lang medyo mag-a-adjust. But in terms of
Gumagalaw.
decors, we're always
Correct.
working on the same area and same dimension. So
Mm-hmm.
but of course, most of our bookings nowadays are, and yeah, that's why I told earlier, adventurous. Because talagang meron na ako mga booking for 400, 500 guests. But of course, I'm always thinking of plan B. what if the our
Napanganga ako ng
government doesn't
flight
allow
doon,
it
ah.
yet?
Ah.
So, kaya nating i-cut into half. So, parang hindi rin sila ma-broken hearted. Alam mo yon. So, parang we're given them options.
Mm-mm.
But of course, we let them dream muna what they really want so that we give it to them. Then afterwards, let's just, do
Tama.
the plan B kung kailangan. Mhm.
So
Go
speaking
back
of
to
dreaming,
reality.
speaking of dreaming, let's say I'm getting married and I really don't know where to start. I know I want styling,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not very creative. I don't have a good eye, but I want my wedding to look pretty. Okay. So, anong advice
Mm-hmm.
nyo? Where do I begin? Where do I get my inspiration from? Is it, a place, a feel? Is it color palette? Is it the blooms?
I think if you're getting married or if you're having an event, siguro better if you're getting married, better if you talk to your fiancé muna kung ano ba talaga yung gusto nyong ma-achieve dun sa wedding.
Mm,
So, importante yon kung ano yung plan nyo talaga. Do you want to have an intimate one na simple or tipong gusto niya ng intimate pero bongga? So, from there,
yeah,
I think
Mm-hmm.
kumbaga malalaman mo na kung ano yung requirements and gusto nyo if you need to get like a stylist who transform the venue or like a florist lang, di ba?
right.
So from there, siguro after that, probably you can talk about like the color scheme na gusto ninyo. Kumbaga, simulan mo dun sa pinaka main ano bang tawag doon? Paano ko ba i-explain siya? Kumbaga,
Color
simulan mo dun
motif.
sa pinaka main goal ninyo and all bago mo siya lagyan ng detalye. Kasi
Yeah.
kapag ka,
Mm-hmm.
if you keep on looking and looking at like pegs and designs lang
Malilito
online,
ka.
may tendency na malito ka kung ano yung gusto mo talaga.
And that always
Oo.
happens, di
Without
ba?
thinking the purpose, oo. And
Yeah.
the,
So,
Mm-mm.
ha?
number one is big picture.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
Big picture.
For
Okay.
the details. Okay.
Before the details. And in your opinion, what would you say are the color palette or what are we looking at in 2021? Are we going subdued? Are we going more the neutrals? Are we going bright pops of color, local flowers, greenery? Lahat kasi nakikita ko eh.
Yeah,
Sa photos pa
I
lang.
think tama ka doon, Rona. Baka for next year, we're gonna utilize more of our local blooms because right
And
now
greens.
the mga greens, no, parang we have to love our local resources muna. Love local. So right now, infuse yung mga setup ko ngayon with local flowers, and then sometimes nagtataka sila na
Mm-hmm.
parang okay, same feel, same look, but when you get closer, those are local blooms. So sometimes we do that
Mm-mm.
so that to also help our industry, the flower industry natin. So
The
especially
farmers. Yeah.
naapektuhan din sila ng mga typhoon and all. So that's the only thing that we can help them
Mm-mm.
out. And then and number two for the colors, I would say it's always muted pa rin or neutrals kasi usong-uso pa si pampas grass eh. So
Until next year. You see
so
that happening until next year.
yeah, I think it will happen kasi parang ngayon pa lang kasi marami na postpone na wedding last year. So those are their
Mm-hmm.
looks. So it might be carry over for next year. Pakilagyan lang ng konting twists, no? But the
Mm-mm.
neutrals ano pa 'yon? Siguro hanggang last quarter of
Correct.
the year next year, may neutrals pa rin tayo makikita.
Oo. But
Gideon, I was saying
I
earlier,
always
yung kanina, no, when we started, you are the only Filipino and Asian at that who was invited to this fam tour, na Lux Weddings in Turkey. Did they discuss or napag-usapan niyo ba doon yung magiging trend? And kasi tayo, di ba, kung ano yung trend abroad, we usually follow that eh. Sumusunod din
Okay.
we
tayo. So,
Well,
adapt.
actually, more of like, actually ganito, yung trend kasi will be probably per country in a way, will be per country depending on the country restrictions when it comes to like safety protocols and all. For example,
Mm.
um, sa aming lahat na nagpunta doon, actually, ang pinakamaswerte pa rin ng Pilipinas because we can still have weddings, even intimate ones. Alam nyo ba na nasa ngayon sa New York, they can only have maximum of 20 people. Yun yung sabi
Right.
ng isa sa mga nag-attend. So, maximum yun. So, at least tayo sa ibang venues, they allow 50%. I mean, 30 to 50%, di ba? So,
venue capacity.
may nakakapag-event na actually ng mga nakaraan ng mga 80 guests, even 100 guests. Basta susundin yung safety protocols ng government. And sa atin kasi per city, may mga kanya-kanya protocols eh. There's one
Correct.
country which is actually Turkey. Ngayon, ang safety protocols nila or guidelines when doing events for weddings, they only allow ceremony with 50% capacity. So meaning, wala silang reception after.
Talaga?
As in ceremony lang. Kapag tapos yung kinasal sa ceremony, and dapat outdoor.
Uwian na.
Walang kainan at all. So,
City to sa atin.
Ano po?
Dito sa atin to. City to.
No.
That's in Turkey.
In Turkey.
Okay.
Oo. So, pag sinasabi kong trend for 2021, like international, for example, medyo mahirap i-predict because may kanya-kanya protocols per country eh. May mga countries like, for example, there's one person from Italy na hindi nakarating dun sa trip because nag-lockdown ng Italy again. So, until now, hindi sila makapag-wedding. In Lebanon, parang they allow the normal wedding, pero I heard tumataas yung kanilang cases ngayon. So, probably soon, mag-i-impet sila. Oo, mag-i-impet sila. So, iba-iba po talaga. In South America, they only allow a few, pero takot din lahat mag-wedding. So, overall, halos sabi ko nga, na-feel ko pa na pinakaswerte tayo kasi kahit papano, unti-unti nakakapag-weddings tayo.
So yung mga Filipino kasi walang takot, kaya we dare. Kaya ang weddings dito
Malakas
tuloy pa rin.
loob.
Dapat
Malakas
may
loob
safety pa
natin.
rin.
I
Mag-ingat
think
pa
it's
din.
also our culture. It's very hard to get us to stop seeing our family. It's very hard to get us to stop meeting our friends. And I agree that the restrictions talaga with celebrations around the world is actually much stricter. And I guess it's natural. I think in UK, it doesn't matter kung ano yung parang, ano pa tawag dito. Kumbaga yung versions nila of ECQ, GCQ, all across the board, 15 lang ang guests for the wedding. And here, parang, what is 15? 15 is may kamag-anak. Bride side pa lang yun. Wala pa si groom side, di ba?
Yeah, pero bottom line pa rin, you know what, kahit kaming tatlo lumalabas, meron pa rin kaming takot, no? So, wag mawawala sa atin yun, na we always have to be, always on the safe side.
Yeah.
No, don't risk it. If our couple or our client is parang gagawa ng out of our comfort level, and also for the government's rules and regulation, try to educate them. No?
You have to
Right.
say no.
Kasi maririsk yung team mo, maririsk yung couple,
Correct.
maririsk yung industry.
Right.
So we love our
Yeah.
industry. So kahit pa unti-unti, wag naman natin pabayaan na
We have
magkasakit
to
ka or
protect.
magkasakit yung ibang tao. So we have to really have to be considerate pa rin. So kasi may mga couple kaming laban na, wait. Kasi alam mo, may pandemic pa rin, and you never know.
Actually, Sir Teddy, no?
You have to be careful at ingatan din natin yung health natin, di ba? So, yun lagi ang goal ninyo. Ingatan mo yung health mo, ingatan mo yung health ng team mo, and then if the couple doesn't agree, talagang you have to do the precautions talaga. No? So, you have to educate as well. Huwag tayong masyadong lalaban na parang wala sa
Kaya
iba.
we always encourage also na they invest on testing and ganyan pagka suppliers.
Right.
Kahit na tayo lahat.
The good thing naman, no, yung mga yung mga wedding ko this December, the couple talaga initiated to have their guests to do swab testing muna. So, kung tutusin, it's additional expense. Pero what is 1,000 o 1,500 per head? Kung yung safety protocols naman is properly executed. Kasi at the end of the day, we don't want cases naman na parang may isang supplier or guest biglang nagkaroon ng coronavirus dahil lang sa event na yon. So, siguro
True.
maganda rin na
Kaya nga
maganda
parang
rin na
sanay
yung
tayo
mga
lahat
weddings.
matusok every week.
Yes.
Lalo si Gids, lagi siyang natutusok eh. Immune na rin siya sa tutusukan.
Siguro this week,
Sa
para
ilong.
pangatlo ko yung kahapon.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
Ako-
we always
Ako, I will also have one today. Later, I will
So,
have one again,
tayo.
swab test, no?
So kailangan
Yeah.
yun. So,
Oo.
so we have to know our status in terms of COVID then, no? So when you do your event, so talagang ingat pa din. So wag tayo masyadong, parang kikita ka nga, pero at the end of the
Makampante.
day, i-risk mo yung health mo and
Yes.
yung health ng clients mo.
Yes.
So,
I
yun ang
agree.
advice ko, we have to be
Yes,
careful para din
correct.
sa industry din natin. At para din sa sarili mo.
correct. Kasi yung iba ngayon, medyo na sila parang relax na masyado. Na parang, COVID
Yes.
lang yan, walang namamatay and all. Alam nyo, sa totoo lang, naandyan pa rin siya, hindi pa rin siya nawawala. And syempre, like for example ako, ang goal ko talaga, hindi magkasakit. I mean,
Right.
di ba, aanhin natin yung money na kikitain natin out of an event kung tipong yun din yung gagastusin mo
Yes.
kapag nagkasakit ka. So, even for my team, I always tell
And
them
it's
na,
even
kasi
more.
minsan, di ba, namimiss nila to work with other suppliers. So, sinasabi ko sa kanila na, guys, may COVID pa rin ngayon. Yung dati nagagawa ninyo na mag-smoke with other suppliers kapag free time and ganyan, medyo tigil-tigilan muna natin. Kasi di ba, hindi pa rin natin alam kung saan galing yung iba and all, di ba? So, sinasabi ko sa kanila na, after the setup, as much as possible, kayo lang yung magkakasama since sila lang rin yung magkakasama sa warehouse. So,
Kasi it
hirap,
keeps on
diba?
fluctuating eh. Di ba? Like other countries, okay na biglang tumaas na naman. So if it can happen to them, it might also happen to us anytime. Kaya siguro wag tayo masyadong makampante. But then again, ang laking tulong na Filipinos learn to wear mask, di ba? Alcohol, although maarte na din pati face shield, pero feeling ko ang laking factor nun na medyo nabawasan yung bilis ng spread. So, may may sense naman kung sakali, those safety protocols.
Alam nyo ba, natutunan ko sa Turkey, nalaman ko sa Turkey na parang halos Filipino lang ang nagwe-wear ng face shield.
Face shield.
Parang wala sa, parang normal sa kanilang mask, but face shield, Filipino lang halos.
Yeah.
Naman ni Ted. That's so true, no? That's really important these days. And
sa car.
Ako din, our face shields are also in the car kasi bawat labas, di ba? But, I'm so happy to have GMT Philippines, of course, here with us this morning. And it's actually been an hour, can you believe it, that we've been making chika about styling. And I hope that for our people out there who are listening,
may mga setup pa kaming iniwanan.
Yes. Before we let you go, can we get very quickly, baka you have your last words that you want to give to couples who are planning their upcoming wedding? Any short advice you might want to give?
Ako, ang laging advice ko sa kanila for my couple na they have to stay in love. To stay in love because we have our wedding pa soon. Alam mo yun, kasi baka in the process, na-stress sila because of the pandemic and all, So, you know what? So, ang always advice ko them to stay in love, stay focused, and then there's no, parang they can always start preparing and visualizing their wedding. And then, andito yung mga wedding suppliers sila to help them. So, and then this is the best time na to get back in track. Diba dati parang, okay, postpone, ganun na. Ngayon, let's go back on track. Let's plan your wedding.
Correct.
Visualize how the wedding looks like. We have an options and experience on how to do wedding during pandemic. So, ayun lang. So, para mag-gain natin yung confidence sa mga bride and groom natin na mag-start to plan na again. So, iba na yung situation natin. Sharon,
that's right,
way back 4 months ago, 3 months ago, yung nag-forecast tayo ng ganito. Parang we have so many reservations. But now, naka-line up na yung mga things to do
it's
natin.
Different.
No? So, let's start working on your wedding and we're gonna help you to make your wedding beautiful and at the same time, safe.
Yes.
Steady. How about you?
Safe. Tama.
Well,
Gideon, any last words?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Ako, ang masasabi ko lang siguro, always celebrate milestone. Birthday man yan, anniversary, weddings and all. But of course, always think of a safe event. Kasi syempre, di ba, parang kumbaga ayaw naman natin na
Mhm.
dahil sa event natin, nag-spread tayo ng virus. So, di ba, walang masama to celebrate milestone. Minsan lang tayo na mabuhay sa mundo and maikli ang buhay. So, and syempre, ayaw mong mamiss yun, di ba? But, of
Naks
course,
naman.
always think of
Power.
safe events.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. Yeah. So, basically, no, advice for couple, napansin ko kasi, uso ngayon yung pattern ng mga 11-11, 12-12, di ba? Mga ganung dates ng wedding. So, for next year, doon sa mga hindi natuloy ang wedding ng 2020, na who wanted to do weddings on 2021, plus the new upcoming couples talaga na who wanted to do weddings on 2021, please, please, please start planning now. Kasi medyo nahihirapan kami because they choose same date all the time. So, especially by next year, isa sa forecast, no? Since yung mga na-postpone this year, wanted to do their wedding next year na, baka po mag-overlap yung mga bookings at saka yung mga, of course, suppliers, you wanted, of course, to get the best makeup artist, host, and ganyan. So, start planning, no? Whether there will be pandemic next year or baka tapos na next year, I suggest start planning. It's never too late to start planning. Yon. And of course, sabi nga ni Sir Teddy, dahil sa Themes and Motifs tayo, love wins. So, keep staying in love. Yan po yung kailangan natin to get through all of this. Okay?
All right.
Thank you for that. Well said.
Yes.
Siguro we will meet again a few months from now, no, Teddy? Another fearless forecast para makita natin how far have we grown since nung very
Updates.
dark days
Oo.
natin, no?
Pero so
Updates,
far,
ano
so
na
good.
nangyayari.
So far, so good. Yung mga
Oo.
forecast natin, forecasted us 4 months ago, parang nangyayari naman. So sana magbilang anghel kaming tatlo.
Well, maganda
So yung
na
forecast
nagsiset
pala ng
ng
Themes
goal
and
eh.
Motives parang pag-asa.
Correct.
Kasi nung ano yun eh, maganda mag-set ka ng goal para you have something to work towards to,
Yes.
di ba?
True.
But of course, every so often, kailangan may reality check. And it's so nice to have you guys this morning as marami pa tayong pagkukwentuhan in the next coming days. Kasama po, thank you so much,
Thank you.
Gideon, Michael, and Teddy. Kasama po sila sa 11-11 to 12-12 natin. They are the official event stylists. So, they have their online booths. Leave a message for them there para masagot po nila ang mga inquiry ninyo. Kung masyado kayo nahihiya magtanong ngayon. Now that you have seen them here this morning, pwede na po kayo magtanong sa kanila. At don't forget to register because they will be personally designing and creating the bouquets to 3 lucky brides sa December 12 na mananalo ng bridal bouquets from GMT Philippines. At lilinawin ko, di ba? They don't have to book all of you na sabay-sabay as GMT. Correct? Pwedeng
Yes, but
individual.
we also
Correct.
have packages na we can offer as 3 of us kung hindi sila makapag-decide.
So, pwedeng as GMT, pwedeng individually.
Yeah.
But the more,
They
the
can have three of
merrier.
us.
So, just
Yeah.
get the GMT. Diba? All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for
Thank you so
choosing to
much,
spend your
everyone.
morning with us.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe.
Thank
Be
you.
safe.
Thank you
God
also
bless
Highland
you.
Valley. Okay, please visit Highland Valley soon. Bye.
Sama ako.
Bye!
Yeah. See you all.